Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Trishauna, and for today's video I'll be giving you guys 15 tips that you can use to start your business. So if you don't know, I'm the owner of an online swimwear boutique called Kini Crew Collection. We sell swimwear and beach accessories for both males and females. So we're still kind of small, we're still growing, and I've experienced a lot of things. So I think that these tips that I'm about to give to you are pretty important. So just to save you guys the trouble that I went through, here are 15 tips that you can use to start your business. So we're just going to jump right in. Tip number 1 is to figure out what you want to sell. If it is a service that you're offering, what are you passionate about, what are you good at, and if you're thinking about selling an item or a product, like what would you want to sell? First thing you need to do is to figure out all of that, like what do you want to offer, what are you passionate about, what do you want to sell. That's the first. Step number 2, you need to save or acquire enough money to start your business. So what I would advise you to do is basically go and research, like typically how much money it would take to actually start the type of business that you want to start, or how much money it would cost to actually offer the type of service that you want to offer. It's the things like these that you need to like sit down and think about, and then try to acquire that amount of money so that you have some money to invest into your idea to fully execute. Tip number 3, you need to come up with a business name. I would suggest you come up with a business name that is catchy, unique, think something that persons can have on the tip of their tongue. Come up with something that is not like so common, like everybody has this phrase or this word or this name in their business name. Come up with something that is unique and catchy, as I said. Number 4, you want to check to see the availability of the business name that you have in mind. So what I would suggest is that you go on Google and you type in that business name, and depending on what country you're in, I know for Jamaica it's the Companies Office of Jamaica website. You would go and try to basically search and see the different names that have been registered already. Depending on your country, you would have to figure out which website exactly that is, and you would basically scan through and see if that business name is available. Also go on sites like Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, the different social media sites, and basically look to see, type in the name if it is available. If it has too many different accounts popping up, it's something that is already pretty common, and more than likely those businesses or other accounts that already exist, they might just outshine yours. So you want to find out if that name is available that you have in mind for your business. Tip number 5 would be to create different social media accounts or even a website for your business. You want to have some platforms. I would say focus on 2 specific platforms, whether it's Facebook and Twitter or Instagram and Facebook, which are very popular. I would say focus and master 2 social media platforms before you think of expanding. So yeah, create your social media accounts so that you can be able to kind of start to build a buzz around your brand, or get your name, your brand out there so that people actually know that you exist. So that's tip number 5. Create your social media accounts, and if you want a website, you don't necessarily have to start out with a website right away. You can wait until further down the line, you can maybe start it, but it's really up to you whether you want to start a website to begin or to start out your business. Alright, so tip number 6 I would say is to find a vendor for the things that you would want to sell. So if it is you're offering a product or an item for sale, you would basically have to look for a supplier for those items. You wouldn't want to go out and be buying those things in retail stores, which would cost you like quite a hefty sum of money. You would want to go and find a wholesale source for the things that you want to sell. So the most common places that persons tend to shop wholesale for their business are like Alibaba, DHgate, AliExpress. Some persons shop on Amazon as well, and you have like a whole lot of places. You can just Google the type of thing that you want to sell, whether it's, for instance, eyelashes wholesale, and you'll get like a bunch of search results. So it's quite simple, but you have to like do your research and really look into these vendors. You don't want to just see the first vendor that pops up and just go with them. You have to look at reviews, look and see if persons are talking bad about them on social media and stuff like that. You want to ensure that the person or the site that you choose for to be your vendor is a site or a person that is, you know, has a good reputation. You want to ensure that the vendor is good, communication is good, there is no problems with shipping and anything like that. So yeah, tip number 6, find a vendor for what you want to sell. Alright, so tip number 7 is kind of like optional. This is specifically for persons living in Jamaica or within the Caribbean or places where like you actually need a courier service to deliver the item to you. Tip number 7 would be to find a trustworthy courier service. I know here in Jamaica you have like a lot of courier services, and for those who don't know what courier services are, they are basically a company that would just give you, if you're shipping something from like China or the US, they would give you, the courier service would give you a US address, and you would give that to your supplier, and the supplier ships it to that address. And what they would do is to, when it gets to that address, whatever you want you bought and it gets to that address, they would just ship it to Jamaica for you, take it through customs. They would deal with the paperwork, the hassle, the drama, everything at customs, and just basically deliver your items to you for like a small fee. So like maybe $450, $500. No, you want to ensure that you choose a courier service that you're not spending like thousands of dollars like unnecessarily on. Locally there are a lot of courier services that are just basically trash. Like they charge a ton load of money for the same thing that everybody else is offering, like same type of service. They charge a whole lot of money. The customer service is terrible. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have courier services that are actually, you know, affordable, and the customer service is really good. So it's up to you to do your research, ask family members, ask friends what courier service they use, the prices that they normally get charged, and then based on your discretion, see which courier service would be best for you. So that's tip number 7, find a good courier service. Alright, so tip number 8, you need to ensure that you have proper packaging for your items. So if you're selling clothing, eyelashes, hair, ensure that your packaging is like suitable. You need to ensure that based on the competition, your packaging is basically up to par. I'm not saying that you need to go out of your way and waste money on the best packaging, like boxes and everything, but just ensure that your stuff gets delivered in, you know, decent looking bags or gift bags or so, and they're not that expensive. Decent packaging, best believe it does not have to be expensive. So ensure that your packaging is up to par and you're not just throwing things in back. Tip number 9 is to be organized. You want to ensure that you have a specific way in which you track your inventory when you have ordered and everything. How you track your inventory, who has purchased from you, the amount of money that you're making. You want to be organized throughout your entire business, so that further down the line, if it is that you need to apply to get a bank account or whatever may come up, you are organized, you have your paperwork, everything, receipts, everything in one place, organized. Just ensure that everything is sorting out from the beginning. So when you start out your business, ensure that you have a specific system that you can follow and that is like fairly easy to understand, so if anything should come up, you can easily grab for certain information or whatever the case may be. Tip number 10 is, well, it's not really is it a tip? I don't know, but I just want to tell you guys that support will not come right away. I know some of you guys might follow different influencers on social media, different persons, and they launch a product or an item or a service, and you might notice that they sell out like right away within 8 minutes, whatever the case may be. Like, sometimes you might not get your first sale until like 2 months in, 3 weeks in. Like, it varies. It really does vary. So don't get discouraged if your friends and your family boost you up and you realize that when the items come, none of them bought from you. Or just don't be too hard on yourself. Like, the first week you don't sell anything, just be patient. Starting a business, you have to have patience, because things don't just come right away. Alright, so be patient with things. Just wait, pray, God will work it out. Don't beat yourself up if you don't make sales within the first week, the first month. Just take your time. Customers will come. As I said, tip number 10, support will not come right away, but it definitely will come. Tip number 11, I would say, is to be unique and creative. Ensure that when it comes out to like social media or like your packaging, your posts, ensure that you kind of develop your own style, so when you post, your customers know that, hey, this is from such and such boutique. Don't go out like copying from everybody and stuff like that, because sometimes it will start to get obvious. Try to put your creative spin on it. If it is that you're inspired by another business or another business owner, try and put your own creative spin on the things that you do. Don't go around copying left, right, center. Try to develop your own style of doing things, because really and truly, it really is obvious, especially if it's like a really big brand and you go ahead and you copy their entire campaign or their entire style. So that is tip number 11. Be unique, be creative, know how to put your own style on different things. Tip number 12, I would say, is to follow the right people. If you're somebody who is passionate about starting your own hair company or stuff like that, you would try to follow the persons who are like gurus in those type of spaces. So persons like Ming Lee, India Ari. If you're interested in makeup, persons like Super Scent or Brerix, persons who are already in those areas, who you can basically draw motivation from, who post inspirational posts and things like that. You want to follow the right people so that you're inspired, and it can also help you to grow your own company to the level that you want it to be. Because if you're just following a bunch of people who are going in the opposite direction of where you want to be, you're not going to be like really inspired to go out and do the things that needed to be done to basically grow your business. So you want to ensure that you're following the right people, persons who have ambition, persons who are going somewhere, persons who are progressing. Follow people like those. If you're following persons who make you feel bad about where you are in life, just unfollow them. Like persons who are always posting negativity, gossip, arguing, just unfollow them. Follow persons who are inspirational, who can guide you in the right direction and motivate you to be a better entrepreneur or whatever it is that you want to be. Alright, so tip number 14 I would say is to educate yourself. Now, me personally, I have no background in business whatsoever. In high school and even now in university, I am basically a science geek. I have no background in business or accounting, but I just stepped out in faith. I read different books, I attended different seminars, I tuned into different live streams from different entrepreneurs, I did research, I read a lot of articles, I did a whole lot of things to try to educate myself on the whole issue of business and entrepreneurship. So tip number 13, if you want to grow as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, whatever, if you want your business to grow, you have to educate yourself in areas of like marketing, branding. You want to ensure that you have some amount of knowledge on certain business related things and try to always build on that knowledge. Don't just sit down and be content with where you are. Try to educate yourself more on how you can be able to grow and upscale your business. Tip number 14 I have is to mind the business that pays you. No, a lot of the times we tend to look at how other persons are moving, how they are growing in their business, and we compare it to ourselves and our business. A lot of times we pay attention to how many orders this person is getting, and your time will come. You just, as I said before, you have to be patient. Don't watch or look at how others are progressing. Just pay attention to your business. Try to grow your business. Don't pay attention to what other persons are doing or be jealous because they are getting sales or stuff like that. Your time will come when you get sales and your business will be booming. Just wait. Mind the business that pays you. Tip number 15 I have is to follow your gut. When you're starting out your business, persons might say things that may kind of rub you the wrong way, like, why are you wasting your money on this, and go with this brand color, don't go with that one. You need to follow your gut. If you think that the color blue is the best color for your business, just because your friend Jessica said blue is ugly doesn't mean that you're going to follow what Jessica says. You need to follow your gut, and based on your research that you have done as the business owner, do what you think is best for your business. So as the business owner, you need to follow your gut. Don't follow what other persons may have to say about what you should and should not sell, what colors you should use, what you should buy. Follow your gut. You are the business owner, you did your research, you know what is right for your business. Follow your gut. Stop listening. You might give a listening ear, but you don't have to listen to every single advice that comes from other people. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button down below if you found this video helpful in some type of way. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, and hit the post notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post new videos. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.